Awesome Carlisle, here we go. Small town charm with the big time glow. Tune in now, don't miss the show. It's Awesome Carlisle. Let's roll!
Carlisle Weekly Recap. Safer Streets, Festival Fun, and Market Shifts. February 9th to 15th, 2026. It was a very busy week for us here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Between February 9th and February 15th, 2026, our town saw everything from new businesses opening up to major events that brought crowds to the region. We dealt with the leftover mess from winter storms, celebrated our local culture, and saw important steps taken to make our neighborhoods safer. Here is a quick summary of the main things that happened in our borough this week. Road safety. We launched a new survey to help fix dangerous streets. New coffee shop. Mad Roast opened its doors on B Street. Outdoor show. The Great American Outdoor Show took over the area. Community events. We celebrated Winterfest and the Black Cultural Festival. Police activity. Officers made arrests in a shooting case and a drug raid. Animal justice. A sad animal cruelty case moved forward in court. Infrastructure grant. The borough received money for a new school zone path. Business news. Local companies reported earnings and layoffs. College news. Dickinson students and athletes stayed busy. Real estate. Home sales increased despite the cold weather. Making our roads safer with Vision Zero. On Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, our borough officials started the 2026 Highway Safety Survey. This is a very important step for us because it is part of the Vision Zero plan. The main goal of this plan is to stop severe accidents and injuries on our roads. The borough is asking all of us who drive, walk, or bike in town to tell them about the dangerous spots. By speaking up about confusing intersections or speeding cars, we can help the borough get grants to fix these problems. Welcome to the neighborhood, Mad Roast. We are always happy to see new businesses open in Carlisle, and this week we got a new place to get our morning coffee. On Wednesday, February 11th, the Carlisle Area Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for Mad Roast. This new shop is located on B Street and is owned by Zane Anthony. The opening event was sponsored by Brightspeed and brought many neighbors together to support local entrepreneurship. It is wonderful to see empty spaces turn into lively shops. The Great American Outdoor Show. If you tried to drive anywhere near the farm show complex this past week, you know exactly what was going on. The Great American Outdoor Show 2026 ran from February 9th through February 15th. This is always a massive week for our region. While the traffic can be a bit of a headache for us locals, we know it brings a lot of visitors to the Cumberland Valley. The show featured huge exhibits for fishing, hunting, and outdoor gear, reminding us how central our area is to the outdoor community. Celebrating heritage at the Expo Center. Despite the cold weather, our community spirit stayed warm this weekend. On Saturday, February 14th, Hope Station organized the annual Black Cultural Festival at the Carlisle Expo Center. This event is a highlight of Black History Month for us. It featured music, food, and exhibits that honor the contributions of African Americans in our region. With Juneteenth now an official holiday in our borough, events like this help us learn about our shared history and celebrate our diversity. Winterfest keeps us active. On the same day as the Cultural Festival, the 2026 Winterfest also took place. It is great to see our town hosting multiple events on the same weekend, offering something for everyone. Even in the dead of winter, our residents found reasons to get out of the house and connect with neighbors. These events show our local culture remains vibrant and active all year round. Justice in East Luther Street shooting. Safety is a top priority for all of us, especially raising kids here. There was a major update this week regarding a scary incident from December 21st, 2024. On February 12th, police charged 19-year-old Nasir Yusuf Iman in connection with the shooting on the 100 block of East Luther Street. It was a terrifying night where multiple homes and cars were hit by gunfire. Iman is facing serious charges, including aggressive assault, and it is a relief to see progress on this case. Drug Task Force makes arrest. In other police news, officers worked with the Cumberland County Drug Task Force to execute a search warrant earlier in the week. On February 10th, they raided a home on the 400 block of Fairground Avenue. This operation led to the arrest of Sylvester Stallone Anderson III. Reports say he tried to run back into the house when police arrived. He faces charges for possession with intent to deliver illegal substances, which helps keep drugs off our streets. Justice for Stella the dog. A very sad story involving a local dog named Stella continued to develop this week. Ashlyn Stevens was arrested and is facing felony charges for aggravated cruelty to animals. The details are heartbreaking, as Stella was found severely starving and kept in bad conditions. While this is a tough topic to read about, it reminds us how important it is to report neglect when we see it to protect the animals in our community. Big grant for safe walking paths. We received some great news for pedestrians and students this week. On February 10th, the borough announced it received a $675,000 grant from the Commonwealth Financing Authority. This money is specifically for the Carlisle Noble Boulevard School Zone Shared Use Path. This connects perfectly with the new safety survey. Improvements like this will make our town more walkable and safer for students getting to school, which is a win for everyone. Dealing with the bomb cyclone aftermath. We are still dealing with the headache from that bomb cyclone winter storm. The declaration of disaster emergency was renewed on January 30 because of the mess the storm left behind. The extreme cold caused a water main break on E Street, creating dangerous ice right downtown. As first responders have warned us, ice is often more dangerous than snow. We all need to keep doing our part to keep sidewalks clear for walkers. Local business ups and downs. Our local economy had a mix of good and tough news this week. Carlisle Companies Incorporated reported their fourth quarter results on February 3rd and declared a dividend, showing that local industry is standing strong. However, it wasn't all good news as Keene Transport announced layoffs locally. In a tight-knit town like ours, we feel it when our friends and neighbors face economic hardship, and our hearts go out to those affected. Dickinson tennis hits the courts. The spring sports season is waking up, and the Dickinson College women's tennis team played their first matches of 2026 on Sunday, February 15th. They traveled to New Jersey for a doubleheader. First, they had a tough loss against the College of New Jersey, but they bounced back later in the day to beat Drew University with a perfect 7-0 score. It is always fun to have local teams to cheer for. Students visit Wall Street. Some of our local college students traded the classroom for the boardroom this week. A group from Dickinson College went to New York City for a Wall Street career trek. During this 2-day trip, they met with alumni working at huge firms like J.P. Morgan Chase and RBC Capital. It is a great opportunity for students living in Carlisle to build connections for their future careers. Remembering Gary Lee Schneider. We also want to take a moment to remember a neighbor we lost. Gary Lee Schneider, 77, passed away on February 10, 2026. While he lived in Mechanicsburg, his ties to our area were strong. A visitation and memorial service will be held right here in Carlisle on February 20th. We send our thoughts and prayers to his family during this difficult time. Carlisle, PA real estate market stats. The real estate market in Carlisle was active last week. Despite the freezing temperatures and the recent storm cleanup, the number of homes sold actually went up compared to the previous week. However, the prices were a bit of a roller coaster. We saw a mix of very affordable fixer-uppers and high-end luxury homes close, which pulled the median price down significantly compared to last week. Here are the specific stats for closed home sales in Carlisle, PA for this past week. Total home sales, 11 homes sold, up 3 from last week. Median sale price, $212,000, down $68,500 from last week. Highest sale price, $629,809, down $25,191 from last week. Lowest sale price, $36,500, down $133,500 from last week. Here is a list of the homes that sold last week. 36 Maryland Drive, $36,500, closed 2/12/2026. 128 Porter Avenue, $95,000, closed 2/10/2026. 138 West Church Avenue, $156,500, closed 2/9/2026. 233 North Baltimore Avenue, Mount Holly Springs, $175,000, closed 2/9/2026. 145 Cedar Street, $185,000, closed 2/10/2026. 160 Marbeth Avenue, $212,000, closed 2/11/2026. 1047 Newville Road, $230,000, closed 2/13/2026. 11 American Avenue, $360,000, closed 2/12/2026. 13 Mead Drive, $375,000, closed 2/13/2026. 508 Burnt House Road, $401,000, closed 2/13/2026. 127 Blue Mountain Boulevard, $629,809, closed 2/10/2026. Real estate stats are obtained from sources deemed reliable but not guaranteed. Stats are for all of Carlisle Area School District of 2/09/2026 to 2/15/2026 per Bright MLS. Conclusion: a week of action and community. To wrap things up, the week of February 9th through 15th, 2026 was a busy one for Carlisle. We navigated the crowds from the Gree American Outdoor Show and celebrated our diversity with Winterfest and the Black Cultural Festival. We saw justice move forward in the East Lowther Street shooting case and continued to clean up after the bomb cyclone winter storm. While some local businesses are thriving, others are facing layoffs, reminding us to support one another. And in the housing market, buyers were out in force despite the cold, driving up the number of sales even as average prices dipped.
Awesome Carlisle, here we go. Small town charm with the big time glow. Tune in now, don't miss the show. It's awesome Carlisle. Let's roll!